All right, thanks for joining me. I'm Keith Armour. I'm the Education and Homework Support Manager down here in the Adult Learning Center at the main library. Today's Lunch and Learn will be about budgeting. A lot of us might have spent a little bit of money in December, and we're starting to get bills coming in, and well, we need to really think about our finances, especially moving into 2021. So I'm going to show you a lot of great resources that the library actually has that's just a click away that can kind of get you back on a real strong financial footing for this coming year. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Well, all right, we've arrived at our wonderful website, cincinnatilibrary.org. We're going to type right up here, we're going to type in the word budgets. We're going to hit search. Oh my goodness gracious, when we type in such a broad term such as budgets, we actually have 5,903 results that come up. Now, of course, we could go over here to format. We could bring that down. We could look at audiobooks. We can even look at movies and TV. But what we want to look at, here's an item from 1976, maybe not the most helpful. Here's one from 1934. That would be a very interesting one about budgeting. So you see all of these. You could really go through, you could refine the search. Here's some right down here from 2019. Here's another one from 2019. Well, what we did was, I saved you the effort. We actually created a list. Let me go to my list and go to personal finance. And we're going to provide this link for you so you can see this. These are ebooks, audiobooks, and also physical books as well from the last 5 years. We just looked at personal finance and budgeting. So you have those bills that are coming in from December, and you couldn't be with your family, so you might have overspent in December for the holidays. So now you are faced with all of these bills, and you told yourself, oh gosh, I really need to really focus on my personal finance. And that's what this collection is all about. And personal finance failures. I don't really like the title of the books, the dummy books. However, here is 2 audiobooks, one for 20s and 30s, one for 50s. I don't know about 40s, but these are books on personal finance, and you can also see the ebooks as well here, and they're available too. So all you have to do for this one, if you're in your 20s and 30s, is click here, and you automatically go to Hoopla. And this one is 10 hours and 20 minutes. That's awfully a lot. But you're trying to get your personal finance together, and you can borrow it, and you can have it for 21 days. All right, I'm going to go back. Let's go Get a Life. Here's an ebook. Currently not available, but you can request this download. Personal finance. Here is personal finances for the 50s again, after 50. All right. Here's personal finance for beginners and dummies. If you click here, this one's a little bit more manageable. It's still in Hoopla, and you can check it out, but it says, let me go back. I'd much rather actually click on Hoopla. And I went too far back, sorry about that. And I'm going to, oh, there it is. It's 1 hour and 13 minutes. So this is a real quick one. You can explore 50 different personal finance tips. And sometimes you just need a little bit of a tip to understand what you might be needing to do a little bit better to save some money. You can have this one for 21 days as well. So we've got that whole collection together. Let me see if I can get back to that list. Here we go. And so we have 41 items that you can check out. A lot of them, when it says Hoopla, you can definitely check it out right away. And then ones that are through our other resources. And there's even ones for Clever Girl Finance, Life Don't Throw a Fastball, a guide to personal finance. Money is Everything. That was an interesting take. I did read that one last year. This one I just finished. You Need a Budget. And then there's some other ones as well. Budgeting 101, and it's available, but I also am going to return the physical book today. This one, Financially Forward, was a great way of using today's digital tools to earn more and save better and spend smarter. And it really did. It had some really good tips in there for you. This index card is a lot like Dave Ramsey's Baby Steps, and they kind of expanded upon that with the one-page financial plan as well. So we've got you've got some available ebooks and then audiobooks, and then you also have the one financial plan. And then here's Money Hacks. Money Hacks was really interesting. It had over 275 different ways that you could decrease your spending and also increase your savings and make your money work for you. So you can definitely check that out. So we'll provide a link there for you for that. Now I'm going to go back to the main page. I'm going to get rid of some of these pages up here. And we're going to go to research databases. And a lot of times you're like, well, I need to create a budget, but I don't really know where to start. I think you come here to cincilibrary.org, go to research databases, come over here to online courses, click there, and then go right here to lynda.com. Put in your library card number, you put in your PIN, you log in. And remember, if you don't have a library card, all you need to do is call our number 369-6900, and we'll be more than happy to get you a library card. Now, I already bookmarked this one. It's budgeting in real life.
Do you have a budget?
So
do you find it hard to
stop her? All you have to do is type in up here in the search, budgeting for real life. And she will take you how to create a budget. But I like how they actually start here. They want you to think about your core values first. They want you to set some excellent goals, not just goals, but excellent goals, and pick your system and set up a budget. And that's what all of those budgeting books are. You have to really decide what the system is going to work for you. I've been doing this for a while now, and I'm very happy with my results. However, not one system was totally right for me. I pick and choose from a lot of the different systems, but it goes over all of these very important things: the urge to splurge, when no month is normal, and no month is normal. And that's a really hard one to wrap around your brain when it comes to making a budget. You're like, ooh, I've set up this great budget. Wait, I have my car insurance that's due. But I can't change. Hey, you can. You can move your money around, control your environment. There's enough to go around. My income is inconsistent. That happens with a lot of us. And then a conclusion. Now, if you watch this whole thing, it's actually 44 minutes and 30 seconds. And I really wouldn't sit down and watch the whole thing. I would really go through and follow along and maybe do this first section, which is probably about 10, 15 minutes at the most, and really kind of think about your goals, your values, and what system you want to develop. And then here it is the skill level for beginner as well. You can show more here. And then it has some personal finance tips that are weekly out here, and this is for intermediate. The 5-step guide to mastering your money. This is another one that's for a beginner. Manage your finances in a financial downturn. That's a beginner for 16 minutes. And then accounting foundations budgeting, if you really want to get really into budgeting. There's even some more here. If you have taken the system with Quicken, you could do a little review of that. And then recovering from a financial setback, and then managing your personal finances here as well. So there's a lot of different programs when it comes to that. And you just have to scroll down to find those. But just type in budgeting in real life up here, budgeting in real life. I'm going to type it in here, budgeting for real life, and it shows up right there. And then after you do that, if you're going to create something Excel or whatever, you go to the library, come down to business, go over to Excel, and there it is. You can go to Excel and you can learn a little bit more about how to the mastery of Excel. Now, don't forget that a lot of your computer systems, when it comes to the Microsoft Office, Excel has some templates that you can definitely look at and definitely download if you have the Microsoft Office suite. There's also Apple has numbers, and whenever they redo their system, update their program, their software, they also add some new features. And I just recently created a budget in Apple numbers, and it was based on a new template that they had, so it was great. Another thing to remember is when you're trying to save money, there's always these apps that you can download, and of course they cost money, which is kind of weird that you're trying to save money and you're spending money. And then Microsoft Office is not cheap. An Apple computer and Apple numbers is not cheap. But one thing that is currently free, and that is Google Sheets. And if you type in Google Sheets, you'll notice that there's templates for other ones as well, but we just did Google Sheets. You click on Personal, and look at all of the spreadsheets up here. You could create an annual budget, a monthly budget. So I just click right here, and there's a monthly budget that's already been created for me. And I can type in my expenses. I could type in my income as well. And I'm just going to say got it. And then you could even create where you're tracking your transactions. Now, my friends are kind of, they're very happy that I'm not going out to dinner at restaurants right now, because at the very end of dinner with me and my friends or my family, I would spend about 3 minutes tops, and I would put in my expenses, how much money I spent for that meal. I do the same thing when I get back to my car and put in a transaction if I went to the grocery store or something. It doesn't take much time to do that, especially if you set it up and you have it on your phone, and a lot of us have smartphones. And here's one that you just put in a transaction here. And look, I'm going to change this to 900. Say it's $900. If I go back here to the summary and I look under home, it's 900. And I actually had budgeted, I had planned myself $950. Okay. So if I come over here to travel, let's say on, and this is an older, obviously this is an older template. I'm going to say 1-29-21, and I'm going to say I spent, I went somewhere real great. I don't know. I'm just going to say travel. And I'm going to use the breakdown here and go to travel. And then I come back over here to the summary, and you'll notice there is my travel. I budgeted nothing for travel, and so I'm $500 in the red. Okay, but you can play with this. You can actually create a budget over here, You can customize it by just clicking here and creating a new category. And more importantly, you need to live within your means. All right. There's all sorts of different things out there that will help you create a budget and also to keep yourself from spending too much money, especially when you use the library. I do want to point out a virtual class that's coming up February the 6th, and it's a series. There's actually on these Saturdays, I do believe it is yes, it is a Saturday, and it's Saturdays in February, the 6th, the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th, and it's from 11 until noon. And Dina does a great job, and this is a virtual class, so it's going to be through Zoom, and it's Life 101 from bills to budget. And she's going to take you through making sure you understand your mail and your bills, and even setting up a monthly budget as well. So definitely check that out. You just go over here to register for the series right there. And then you type in your information, and I'm going to hit never mind because I don't want to sign my entire department up for it, but very easy to sign up. And if you have any questions about it, just give us a call and we'd be more than happy to tell you about that. And you'll get a Zoom link for that. All right. So don't forget there is the monthly budget. Oh, there's one more thing I want to point out to you. Let's go up here. I'm going to go to the public library again. If we go to research databases and go to online courses, again, go to universal class. And once again, you do need to create a real quick sign in. We're going to close that real quick. And we're going to go to browse. And if we go to over at finance under universal class and click here, you'll notice there's right here, this one right here, Personal Finance 101, How to Manage Your Money. And it's 11 lessons, takes a total of 5 hours. There is a video audit, so you could just actually watch and learn that way. Or you could take the official one, and that's 18 exams and assignments, which will actually have you doing some things along the way. So you're going to look at your assets, you're going to look at your liquid and non-liquid assets, reviewing checking and saving, and generating more money, debt, credit cards, investments, loans, and conclusions. So it's a really good comprehensive look at your personal finance. So check that one out as well. Now, before we end, I do want to take you to the events page that's happening. I put it in for this coming Saturday. Take and Make. That's our do-it-yourself stress ball. And that is happening at, you can pick that up at Bond Hill. And that is this Saturday. And if we go back, there's our virtual class, Career 101, Finding a New Job. All you have to do is click here, and Dina is actually going to do that one as well. And that is a series, but it's still going on, so you can still register for that one as well, okay? And then you have all of our virtual story times that are happening for babies, preschool. We even have family ones as well. There's a wait list for this toddler one out of Blue Ash. There's Take and Make message magnets, and that's for adults. There's a cupcake liner penguins, and that's for all ages, happening in Sharonville. Bad Art at Anderson. You've got to love that title. Bad Art. Join in creating Bad Art at Anderson Library the week of the 25th. You have the whole week to grab some on-hand supplies, paint, yarn, pom-poms, and glitter pens to leave your creative mark on canvas. So maybe it won't be bad by the time you're finished. All right. So check that out. And then at Bond Hill, they're doing a Take and Make electromagnetic field, and that's for teens. And of course, you can always show more here. and all of the other different things that are happening. So definitely check that out. And also don't forget our free meal program is still happening. And that is happening every Monday at the locations. Let me go to the main page, go to services, go right down here under free meals. And you'll notice that you've got frozen meals for all ages at these branches, and that's Monday from 3 to 6 while supplies last, and that's from our wonderful partners from the Soup. And then our meal boxes for youth, that's Mondays 3 to 5 while supplies last, and that's at all of those locations as well. So definitely check that out. All right, I'm going to click out and tell you a few more things, and we'll go from there. All right, there you have it. A lot of different ways you can save money. And like one of my friends gave me this mug, says, ooh, this calls for a spreadsheet. You don't have to be real elaborate. You could even just write down your expenses and then just kind of look at them after a couple of months. Don't forget about our wonderful list of books. That's provided in the link below. And of course, Dina's class, which is from bills to budget, it's going to be during the month of February on those Saturdays. Check that out as well. Also, there's take and makes, and of course, our meal program as well. So I will see you next week. Next week, we are going to look at the ways that the library can save you money when it comes to getting back on an exercise program. That's a lot of times people have those kind of New Year's resolutions, and we're going to show you how the library can help you out with that. All right, I'll see you next week for Lunch Alert.